Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, right?
The internet is going crazy after new footage dropped showing DC Young Fly lighting Rick Ross up in front of a full crowd. And the reactions? Pure caos. What looked like a simple comedy moment quickly turned into a viral explosion. Ross looking low-key bothered while the entire crowd lost it laughing.
Now, that wasn't the biggest moment. Now, that's one of the viral moments, but Boosie episode 8 million. Now, Country Wayne, shit like 6-7 million. Like, we do numbers, we do analytics. Our analytics, we was the biggest before you came, and we was the biggest afterwards. So you always got room to come back to be on the biggest podcast in the world, correct? You dig what I'm saying? But when you call a spade,
the clip, now pulling in millions of views across every major platform, shows DC tearing into the rap mogul with surgical accuracy. He joked about Ross's luxury lifestyle, his non-stop hustler comparisons, and even threw shots at his old rap identity. The crowd was feeding off every line, and by the end, it was obvious this wasn't your average comedy bit. This was a full-blown roast. The moment happened during a live taping where both were in the building, DC Young Fly running the show as host, and Rick Ross popping up as an unannounced guest. First, everything felt lighthearted. Ross stepped in with one of his trademark fur coats, layers of gold, and shades reflecting every spotlight in the room. The crowd erupted, but DC, known for that razor-sharp timing and quick punchlines, instantly saw an opening.
But you didn't eat it. And we respect when shit to do, bro. Just tell us as soon as you come in, hey, little homies, I got an hour. Bet, we gonna try to get you in. Man, we gonna try to get you in about 45 minutes so you can make it to your next destination. Don't pull up, act like you doing us a favor, and then just leave her without saying something. Just say something so we can know what's going on, gang. We ain't tripping. We'll push back up. Your team, we called your team. We called the person who we called when you was on the way. Guess what they said? We don't know where.
DC kicked things off by clowning Ross, saying he looked like he walked straight out of a zoo and forgot to drop the line off on the way. That one line set the stage for a ruthless comedic exchange. The crowd exploded, but Ross barely cracked a smile, more of a tight smirk, like he wasn't fully feeling the joke. As the audience kept laughing louder, DC pushed even further. He started roasting Ross' obsession with luxury, saying, "Every time Ross talks, it sounds like he just got done chewing on money." The entire room broke down. Phones went up, people were screaming, and even the guests on stage were trying not to burst out laughing. But what really sent the clip viral was Ross's reaction. Instead of rolling with the jokes like most guests would, he looked irritated. He tried to play it off, taking a slow sip from his glass and mumbling something off mic. DC heard it and snapped back instantly. "Don't get quiet now, big homie. We just having fun. You rich, remember?"
I'm gonna say, first of all, I don't give a
Yeah, I get it.
but I give a because
Try to make it bad.
with you as a person.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before, okay, let's just say before all that happened, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say before all that happened. Bro, I'm listening to you, Ross.
Yeah.
I feel like you wanted to.
Hey!
Shut the f up! I'm listening to you, Ross. I feel like you probably one of the best lyricists from the South that we got. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you poetic, bro. When I listen to your music, I think you put a lot of time and effort into this.
From that moment on, the whole vibe shifted. What started as playful banter started leaning into a roast with a little sting behind it. DC began sliding in subtle jabs about Ross's old controversies, never saying anything outright, but dropping clever hints about switched-up identities, label issues, and all that big talk that didn't always add up. The bars hit because the crowd knew exactly what he was pointing at. This wasn't just jokes about Ross's music or flashy lifestyle anymore. DC was tapping into long-standing debates about Ross's authenticity and oversized ego, and the audience was loving every second of it, reacting to every punchline like it was a knockout. Meanwhile, Ross just sat there trying to keep a straight face.
Time, and I'm gonna take this jacket off.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you can't.
Man, stay tuned.
You can't take your foot off for nothing.
All gas.
Oh, I'm talking about for life. Dawn, you know what I'm saying? You know, so it's just,
But then you drink.
we could have those debates, we really
What?
could.
Teflon was off the chain.
I mean,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
I like the
Dawn
way
was a
you
different
followed up
time.
hustling with pushing it. Like, how did you know to come right back on their
You got to,
Right.
man, just don't take the foot off the gas.
Some fans started comparing the moment to those classic roast battles, but this time you could feel real tension under all the laughter. Within hours, the clip had taken over every platform. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Everybody was breaking it down frame by frame. Hashtags like hashtag Ross got roasted and hashtag DCVS Ross were climbing the trends list nonstop. People were split. Some said Ross fumbled by not laughing it off. Others claimed DC pushed it too far, saying comedians always turn savage when they sense somebody getting uncomfortable. But no matter whose side they were on, everyone agreed on one thing. DC Young Fly ran that entire moment. This wasn't just a regular roast. It was a reminder that timing, swagger, and pure charisma can flip the room, no matter how rich or powerful the other person is. What made things even crazier was the history between them. DC Young Fly and Rick Ross ain't strangers. They've bumped into each other at events, interviews, even exchanged mutual respect in the past. But after this roast, it felt like something deeper was finally showing itself. Like tension that had been simmering beneath the surface for years.
Be mindful. You may never know who knows somebody, who kin to somebody, who saw what you posted. Because you're going to have to stand on business.
Look, bro, listen, man. I came to your podcast. I came for free, homie, no charge. I did it on Face, homie. I didn't ask you what your analytics was and this and that. I came on Face, homie, to show love. And don't make it like I walked off on you. I left early. Rose had some other things to do too. But guess what? I came.
People who were actually in the room said Ross walked in with big boss energy, trying to shift the spotlight onto himself from the jump. Before the cameras even started rolling, he was allegedly tossing little slick comments at DC, bragging about being the boss of bosses, claiming he's the reason half these young dudes even see money today. But DC? Yeah, he's not the type to let that slide. So the moment the mics went live, he flipped the whole vibe right back in his direction. Anyone who really follows DC's style knows he never throws jokes randomly. He studies the room, picks up on ego instantly, and then hits right where it hurts. Clean, quick, and precise. So when Ross started doing his over-the-top flexing, DC did exactly what people love him for. He reminded everyone that respect don't come from chains, cars, or land. It comes from how you move. Then he dropped the lines that had the whole room wheezing. You got 20 cars, but you still mad. How you own all that land and still ain't found peace. It was bold, it was sharp, and it sliced right through the image Ross tries to project.
Diddy's and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay. Who? Both.
That line landed like a punchline wrapped in a sermon, and the audience went wild. Even Ross' own fans had to nod at the truth buried in the humor. Ross himself? Not so much. His body language gave it away. Arms crossed, tight-lipped smile, and a clear shift from confident to irritated. At one point, he leaned over and whispered something to a team member, which online fans quickly joked looked like a PR escape plan in action. The clip caught every detail, and the internet has since slowed it down frame by frame, turning it into pure meme material. Some viewers think Ross may have underestimated DC's precision, assuming he could glide through like any typical interview. Instead, he walked straight into a verbal ambush. Afterwards, insiders say Ross quietly exited the venue, skipping pictures and the after-party. A move that only added fuel to the online fire, with speculation that his pride took a hit. Meanwhile, DC didn't skip a beat. He later shared a short clip, thanking fans for the energy and joking, "Ain't nobody safe, not even the bosses." Fans took it as confirmation that this roast wasn't just comedy, it was a statement.
Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross. You ain't the only nigga who did it for free. T.I. do it for free. Busta Rhymes did it for free. Snoop Dogg did it for free. Everybody who sat on that couch.
DC had just gone head-to-head with one of hip-hop's most confident figures and walked away victorious. The internet exploded with reactions, and the response has been intense, if divided. Comedy fans praised DC for keeping it 100, noting how rare it is to see someone step up to a figure like Ross on stage and actually come out on top. Hip-hop fans, on the other hand, had mixed feelings. Some argued Ross should have just laughed it off and stayed composed, while others felt DC crossed the line, showing disrespect to a legend. What's clear, though, is that the clip highlighted the fine line between confidence and insecurity. When a comedian full of raw energy meets a rapper with a larger-than-life ego, sparks are guaranteed, and this time, DC walked away with the win. Adding another layer to the moment is Ross' long-standing public image. For years, he's cultivated the persona of an untouchable mogul, a boss who commands respect and exists on a level above most peers. But beneath that image, there's a history of critics questioning his authenticity. From revelations about past work as a correctional officer to ongoing jokes about exaggerated rap tales, Ross has repeatedly had to defend his credibility. Intentionally or not, DC Young Fly zeroed in on that vulnerability. Every jab at Ross' ego, wealth, or contradictions landed hard because these topics have followed him for years. At one point in the roast, DC reportedly quipped, "You've been calling yourself the biggest boss since 2006, but you're still arguing with everyone smaller than you."
Lead our show. You went and did a podcast, a white podcast. You sat your ass right there for almost 2 hours
And didn't leave.
and you talked. And the white folk asked your ass, was you a correctional officer?
Yeah.
We would have never asked you no like that, nigga, 'cause we
Right.
got respect for you.
Right.
And you sat right there and you answered that question so eloquently,
Right.
eloquently.
Yeah,
You got it.
right.
You dig what I'm
The crowd went absolutely wild. That one line captured what many fans have long suspected. Ross' constant need to prove himself often clashes with the powerful image he projects. It was funny, yes, but also truth wrapped in humor. And for Ross, a man who prides himself on staying composed, that punch hit straight to the ego. Some fans believe that's why his reaction looked so stiff, because DC wasn't just joking. He was subtly pointing out cracks in the armor. The viral aftermath has been relentless. Memes of Ross' reaction have spread everywhere, with captions like, "When the boss gets bossed." Others have remixed the clip with sound effects, turning it into a full-on internet challenge. Even celebrities joined in, some laughing along, others claiming DC might have gone too far. Regardless, the video reignited a larger discussion about Ross' persona. Is he really the untouchable mogul he claims to be? Or has confidence morphed into arrogance? DC's roast, while comedic, forced fans to reconsider how they view one of hip-hop's most self-assured figures. Meanwhile, DC Young Fly has been riding the momentum. Known for roasting stars on shows like Wild 'N Out, he's been celebrated for bringing that raw, old-school comedic energy to today's stages. Fearless, fast, and unfiltered. In a time when many entertainers avoid controversy, DC's courage to call out influential figures has earned him respect as one of hip-hop's sharpest comedic voices. His humor hits hard because it's rooted in observation. He sees the truths everyone's thinking and delivers them with a grin. But beyond laughs, this roast sparked a bigger conversation about respect between comedians and rappers. Some insiders argue that rap culture, built on pride and power, doesn't always mix with comedy, which thrives on truth and vulnerability. So when DC takes shots at someone like Rick Ross, it's never just a joke. It was a clash of worlds. Raw, unpredictable, and at times, uncomfortably honest. That tension turned into one of the year's most talked about moments, proving that authenticity, even when delivered with humor, always wins the audience. In the days following the viral roast, both Ross and DC Young Fly kept a low profile, which only fueled more speculation. Ross reportedly avoided addressing the moment directly, though fans noticed cryptic Instagram posts shortly after the clip went viral. One read, "Bosses don't explain, they move different," while another showed him in his mansion, surrounded by luxury cars, a subtle flex of status. But the internet wasn't buying it. Comments flooded in with jokes referencing DC's roast, Many saying, "Still mad about that joke, huh?" The attempt to reclaim composure only amplified the buzz. On the flip side, DC Young Fly capitalized on the moment, using it as fuel for his comedy. During a recent stand-up show, he joked, "I didn't even mean to roast Ross that bad. But when you see a lion in silk pajamas, you gotta speak up." The crowd erupted, turning the punchline into a rallying cry. DC's mastery lies in controlling the narrative. Instead of letting critics call him disrespectful, he frames it as just another day at work, doing what he does best, telling the truth with humor. Industry insiders are debating the long-term impact on Ross' image. Some argue it'll blow over, citing his loyal fanbase and established track record in music and business. Others suggest the moment exposed cracks that fans won't forget. In hip-hop, image is everything, and once it's shaken, it's hard to restore fully. The clip didn't just make Ross appear uncomfortable. It humanized him, softening his usual aura of control. What makes this situation so compelling is how it reflects the current entertainment landscape. In the past, rappers were untouchable, larger-than-life figures cloaked in mystique. Today, in the era of social media, even the biggest stars can be humbled in real time. One awkward moment, one captured reaction, can reshape a legacy. DC Young Fly didn't just roast Rick Ross. He proved that authenticity, humor, and ego-free confidence always win in the court of public opinion. This showdown between Ross and DC Young Fly will be remembered as one of the wildest intersections of comedy and hip-hop in recent memory. It's a reminder that in today's world, the microphone is the ultimate equalizer. Whether you're a rapper with mansions or a comedian with punchlines, the one who truly connects with people comes out on top. That night, DC walked away as the people's champion, sharp, fearless, and unapologetically real. This viral moment lives on not just as a roast, but as a lesson. Never underestimate the power of humor to flip the script. Ross may have the empire, but DC had the mic, and that night, the mic won. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Celeb Coded for the latest updates, hip-hop breakdowns, and all the raw moments the industry doesn't want you to see.